Yeah.
How was yours then?
How's my story? Is that what you're asking? My story. Let me tell you. When I moved here, I was 8 years old. So for the most part, my growing up was here. Now, interestingly enough, when most immigrants move to North America, they usually end up in the bigger cities. In my observation, where there's more chance that there's other fellow countrymen that they can get together with, collaborate, create community, that kind of thing. And such a dynamic seems to add an element where, how can I say this? It seems to add an element where your acclimatization culturally is slower because you don't have to work as hard in understanding the culture or the traditions or that kind of thing because you can always just meet with people who you understand better. So, in my family's context, however, we moved to small communities where there's no one else like us, and it's not that we did that on purpose per se, but what that translated to was we had to learn faster how to integrate, and I think that cemented that familiarity with this cultural setting far more. My dad asked me a question in my 20s that I didn't see coming, but he said to me, he said, would you be inclined to marry an Ethiopian or a Canadian? And I said, oh, I've never thought about it. But after some reflection, I said, even though I understand our culture in Ethiopia, I might be more inclined to marry a Canadian just because I share more values having grown up here for most of my life. And so that was my response at the time. Even since then, though, there's an element that I find I value in my connections, and especially in the romantic ones too, is not only like I shy away from that patriotism that says only us and our enclave, as opposed to, hey, we have some wonderful things here, but we're also in a place where there's such diversity and such beauty in that diversity that I don't want to miss out on. And so I really sort of not reject, but I stay away from those kind of movements that say, hey, just let's focus and prioritize us at the expense of saying, who are your neighbors? And